If you could change one thing about U.S. immigration policy, what would it be and why?
Could I get a moment for this one? Okay.
U.S. immigration policy, what would it be and why?
Oh my God. It's so hard to pick one. I would say the whole system needs to be changed.
Things like caps on immigration, quotas on immigration for tech are just ridiculous. Why will we cap the influx of people that we need, that we're not generating enough of here in the US?
The H-1B process and the process of actually getting authorization to work in the US should not be as difficult as it is right now.
I believe in the market speaking, and if immigrants come here and they have the skill set and they have the drive and the willingness to take on a job and they do it better, equal or better than other folks, you know, let them in.
I think the landscape right now, to me, it feels disheartening. The attitude is that immigrants take away and not add, but I feel it's the opposite.
And America as a country have always seen itself as the savior, and these immigrants are always the victims, right? Deserving help, deserving support. But we need to shift that lens and see immigrants and refugees as people who come and contribute so much to this place.
Me and my family are here and we've become employers. We're creating jobs for folks that are born and raised here or have also come here.
Not only is the number of international students as a whole falling in the first time in a decade, but the number of and the percentage of them actually staying in the US afterwards is also been declining. These are people who, you know, are coming to this country and often really want to help contribute.
I found it very difficult for me to be able to gain a lot of, hands-on experience while I was a student, because there's a lot of paperwork that goes into actually filing to be able to work, even if you're an international student in the US. Most of the companies, when they hire interns with the prospects of, extending maybe a full-time offer after they graduate. And extending a full-time offer to an international student is more than just giving them a job. You need to sponsor the H-1B at some point.
I've been here since 1991. It's now 2018, and I got my citizenship 2 years ago, after 25 years. And I went to pick up my new US passport, and the guy who gave me the passport, young guy, was like, "Welcome to the United States." And I was like, I think I've been here longer than you've been alive. Streamlining the immigration process, or even just the work visa process, I think will do a lot to bring some really good talent to the United States.
If we don't open up enough, then the smart people in India or China, actually China, it's actually happening, right? They, instead of coming over here, they start their own companies there and then try to succeed. So more competition will happen. I think that's the biggest threat.
From a competitive standpoint, the industry wants to attract the best and the brightest, no matter where they are, what they look like, where they come from. That's what's contributing to the success of America in tech, and in tech has been, leading American economy for a very long time. And anything to disturb that magical formula will have very long-term consequences, I think. And it might not appear at first, but just being a little harder to recruit the right person to contribute to your startup, those things will accumulate and compound over time.
If I need somebody consumer facing, it's very likely that I'll find them in the US. There's a lot of good, solid talent for that kind of role. But if I need a machine learning engineer, there's just not that many of them in the US. And the great majority of them are from Russia, China, India, or somewhere in Eastern Europe, and we need them. We need to move the ball forward. Like, innovation will happen, and if it doesn't happen here, it will happen somewhere else, and I would rather have it happen here.
What we do with immigrants is something that will have outsized impact 30 years from now. So as we think about policy changes and as we think about how we redesign the system, that this is at its core what is going to make or break the position of America in the later half of the 21st century.